Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a concealer review, and this is a concealer that has been around for a while, but they haven't had the biggest shade range for all that long. So that's why I haven't tried this concealer, because they've always had 4 shades and they were always too light for me. They were like the lightest shade, but they got some more shades now. They have 18 colors in their range, and I'm talking about the Liquid Camouflauge High Coverage Concealer from Catrice. It's supposed to say, it says here it lasts 12 hours, and I will be testing it for those 12 hours, and we're going to see if it truly does last that long. So this is how my concealer reviews typically like to go, or tend to go. I will test the concealer to see if it oxidizes. I will swatch this next to other concealers that I really like to see how the colors kind of look. So whenever you're picking a color, hopefully that's very helpful for you. And if you're wondering if your skin shade is close to mine, I have a foundation list down below, so you can go check that out. And then I will also tell you what Catrice claims the concealer is supposed to do, so you can actually see what they say it's supposed to do, and we can actually test out those things and see if it really does do those things. Get me? So we're going to do that, and then we're going to go ahead and put this on with a sponge and with a brush, and we're going to be checking you in, and you are going to be getting really up close into my eye area, which is not the prettiest area to be in, but you're going to get really close. We're going to see how it looks underneath my eyes. I have dry skin, really dry under eyes. It's hard for me to find a good concealer for my under eyes. I have really dark under eye circles, so we're going to see what the coverage looks like. And I do have lines underneath my eyes, like these like creases. So we're going to see how it looks in there and see if it really breaks apart, see how it does with someone that has a lot of fine lines underneath their eyes, because I know a lot of us do. I mean, come on. It's just how it goes. So we're going to be testing all of that out in this video, and hopefully all your questions about this concealer can be answered. If you have a concealer that you want me to try, if there's a specific concealer that you want me to try, comment below and tell me what that concealer is. Also, you guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified of all my future videos, because I do upload Wednesday, Fridays. So make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure you hit that like, because it does help me out and helps YouTube kind of push my video out to other people so that others can see my channel and my videos. So make sure you hit the like and that you're subscribed. So yeah, let's just get started. So I got 2 shades. I got the shade Honey, which is 015, and 032 Nude Beige, which honestly, Nude Beige is only slightly a tinge darker than Honey. Honestly, they look very, very similar. So the good news about this is only $5.99 on Ulta's website. I will link it below. $5.99 concealer, you guys. That is so amazing, so good. They have 18 shades now. At first they only had 4, now they have 18, and they even have a green. So if you use green concealer, they have a green for you. So it says, the camouflage perfection, dark circles, imperfections, and redness are now a thing of the past. The Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer offers optimal coverage without drying out the skin. The liquid concealer is highly pigmented, waterproof, and lasts for hours. Easy to use with a doe foot applicator. It's cruelty-free, gluten-free, alcohol-free, oil-free, paraben-free. Now, on this concealer, it says in the directions on the back of the concealer, it says let dry completely. So I'm guessing that it's waterproof. Oh, it also says it's non-transfer, so it does not transfer. And that kind of led me to believe that you can kind of just let this dry and it will set itself. So I am going to be testing that out today. On one side of the face, on one eye, I'm going to be seeing if it sets itself and how that wears, and on the other side, I will set it and I will see how that wears. So it's supposed to be full coverage, last 12 hours, non-transfer proof, transfer proof, and it's supposed to not be drying underneath your eyes, which is really, really nice. So let's get started to some swatches. Let's swatch this and see if it oxidizes, and then let's apply it, and you guys can see up close what it looks like. Okay, so these are the concealers, and this first one is the Catrice in Nude Beige, and I'm going to do another swatch to see if it oxidizes. As you can see, it does oxidize a couple shades darker. And here's old swatch of Honey, and here's a new swatch of Honey. So again, does oxidize.
Okay, so here are the concealers. This one is the Catrice in Nude Beige. This is the Catrice Concealer in Honey. This is the Revolution Hydrate Conceal and Hydrate in C7. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect in, what is it, Medium Beige. This one is the ColourPop Fresh in 50W Light. This one right here is the Smashbox Studio Skin in Light Neutral Olive, which is an olive concealer. This one right here is the Tarte Shape Tape in, what is it, Light Medium Honey. This one is the Too Faced Born This Way Concealer in Natural Beige. And this one is my favorite concealer, which is the Hourglass Vanish Concealer in Fawn.
Okay, so I have my foundation on already, and I'm using the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation from Catrice. I really was curious and interested to see how the foundation paired up with the concealer, so that's why I'm wearing that today. And don't mind my little crazy hairs. Just, I can't even. Hat today for sure. Hat today for sure. Okay, so I have two shades here, and honestly, in the bottle, they look pretty much identical. So I think I'm going to try to put Honey underneath the eyes because it's lighter. And here we go. This is a very thin formula, and I kind of wish it had like a bigger doe foot there. But I'm going to use a sponge on this side. Really try to get close to the lashes. So there you can kind of see, and I know you can see my under eye circle still, so it's not full coverage. For sure it's not. I'll go in with my Beige Cosmetics V12 brush. Whoa, I can kind of see it oxidizing. Ugh. I mean, you guys have seen the oxidation test. I haven't seen that yet because I haven't filmed that part yet. But you know if it oxidizes or not, and I'll figure it out whenever I film it. So I'm not going to say much about it, but yeah. This one has a little bit better coverage, but honestly you can still see my under eye circles. And it looks a bit horrendous. And I'm going to try Nude Beige to cover this little baby up and see. Yeah, it's too light for sure. But it didn't do a terrible job covering that up. Okay, I'm gonna use, I'm gonna put one more layer here, and I'm gonna put Nude Beige. Maybe we need a little darkness. And then I'll put a little bit of this other one on top. The concealer itself is so thin. It's a little better coverage now with a brush. It's not full coverage, it's medium coverage, if that. I am not impressed. High coverage concealer. I'm not very impressed right now. So I'm gonna kind of let that sit for a moment. It says apply in small dabs and let dry well. So I'm gonna kind of let it dry and see if it ends up creasing, and then I'll probably set it. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys, I let my concealer completely dry, and it did dry. I'm very surprised. Dried and it didn't crease on me. Like, some of it sunk into those lines, but that always happens. It hasn't creased. So I think what I'm gonna do is just set one side and then not set the other, and I'm curious to see, because I know that the e.l.f. concealer, camouflage concealer, you don't need to set it. It looks really good, especially if you have dry under eyes like I do, such dry skin. It's better if you don't set that. So I'm gonna set half of my face, half of my eye, and I'm gonna see what happens to the other concealed eye there. So I'm gonna do that with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus powder. So I'm setting that side. And this side has just dried on its own. Okay, so this side, this is the side I set, and this is the side I didn't set. Okay, so I finished the rest of my makeup, and I'll try to link everything that I used down below. And before you get upset because I'm wearing a hat, don't worry. I took close-up shots so you guys can see underneath my concealer a whole heck of a lot better. My hair is so crazy right now, I can't even. I did set this side of the face underneath the concealer here, but I didn't set over here. So we're gonna see how it looks now close up, now that everything's been set and done, how this concealer actually looks. So let's bring you in, shall we? It looks like the side that I set it, it doesn't look dry or cakey or anything like that. It looks really, really smooth. And the other side has a little bit of creasing, but not really, and it looks more like a natural finish rather than a straight matte finish. So it's looking pretty good on both sides. For not setting the right side, it looks pretty good and pretty smooth. Again, it is not full coverage. This concealer is not full coverage. Now, it could be full coverage for someone who doesn't have a lot of dark under eyes or really bad dark under eyes, but my dark under eyes are serious business. Like, you don't mess with those. They are the toughest to cover. So just putting that out there, on me it's like a medium coverage, and then the sponge side is more like a light medium coverage. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna wear this concealer all day. We're gonna see if it lasts all day. We're gonna see if it creases or starts to kind of break apart, especially on the side that I didn't set it. And I did want to test that because I have dry skin, so sometimes if a concealer can set itself, it's kind of the best thing. It's going to look the best under there. But honestly, when I set this side, it still looked smooth. I thought that for sure that it might look a little bit cakey, but it didn't. It doesn't look too dry underneath the eyes, even when I set it. So either way, it's starting out on a pretty good note. So I'll check back with you guys in 5 hours, and at the very end of the night, I need it to last because I got a lot of things to do today. And yeah. Okay, so this is literally real life right now. This is me. My hair crazy, trying to cover it up for you guys. Anyways, so I'm checking in by phone, you guys, but I did take close-ups. I didn't check in at the 5 hour mark, but I did take a close-up at the 5 hour mark so I could show you and I could talk to you about it right now. So let's roll that. Honestly, at 5 hours, I think it looked pretty good. It wasn't creasing that much, and it didn't look dry or cakey, and I still had coverage, and it looked pretty dang good. Now it's been 12 hours, and I'm not gonna lie, as you can see, my dark circles look terrible. It's light coverage now. It's really faded, and I've just been going around and doing things that I've been needing to do today, and I like how it looks. I mean, it looked smooth. So I think the concealer itself looked smooth. Even the unset side looked pretty good. The only thing that I don't like about the concealer is that it's not full coverage enough for me. But if you don't need a lot of coverage, you might really like it because it wasn't drying. You don't have to set it, although the unset side did kind of break apart a lot easier, but it's been like over 12 hours that I've had this concealer on. So
basically what I'm trying to say is that I like the concealer because it looks nice, it looks smooth for my dry eyes, but I don't like the coverage. For me, the coverage is not enough. So if you don't need something that's super heavy, full coverage, this might be a good concealer for you to try. If you have dry under eyes, this might be a good one because it's so affordable. It's only $5.99. You can't beat that price. I mean, just the fact that it's not dry and cakey looking and it's $5.99, that's great. That's amazing. So I will give this concealer a thumbs up. I think that it's great for like no makeup days when you just want something light, maybe when I'm well rested. I like it, you guys. I mean, take it as it is. Like, I don't think it's a terrible concealer. I think that I like more coverage, but I think it's still a pretty good concealer. So the fact that it looked really good. And it lasted for 8 hours, which is pretty good. Kind of like an everyday errand basis, something that's quick and easy, blended into the skin really easy. So I hope you like this video. I hope you like this concealer review. I hope that you learned as much as you possibly could. For this concealer, honestly, it's so freaking cheap. Like, just go try it. Like, just go try it. Anyways, you guys, don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and leave a comment below of a concealer that you want me to try for you guys, or concealer you're curious, or maybe just your favorite concealer of the moment that you think I should try. Comment below. I love you guys. Have a good day and stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.